Hmm. Okay.
Hello, everyone. So Anjali and I are at the ends of our days. It's morning for you, isn't it? What time is it where you are?
It's actually 4:30 here, but somewhat towards the end of the workday, so
Yeah,
works out.
it's nearly bedtime for me. Actually, no, that's entirely unfair because I've become professionally nocturnal since lockdown, right? So I
Yeah, me
routinely
too.
work 10 p.m. till 2 a.m. So it's fine. But it's
Me
lovely
too.
to see you because you've been on some of our events, which is very kind of you to join us. And
Happy to.
we're having one of our 15-minute one-to-ones, which inevitably is going to last more than 15 minutes because that's the way we natter. But what I really wanted to ask you, first of all, tell anyone who's watching where you are in your career and what you're doing and what you hope to be doing and where you are geographically. And then we'll talk about the success story that we had at one of our events. So what are you up to? What gets you up in the morning? Where do you live? And what are your plans for the future? There we go.
Yes. So I am from India. I came here on a student visa. I was doing my master's in arts administration at Indiana University. I just graduated in December. I've been looking for jobs. What gets me up in the morning? I love this might sound cliche because the name itself is Arts and Cultural Network, but that is exactly what I'm interested in. And funnily enough, that kind of adds up into the success story that I'm going to tell you in a bit. So
yeah, now that's what I wanted to hear about, because one of the things that I've been chatting to lots of people today, it's been a full-on day meeting some of our members, which is fantastic. And I found myself repeating one of the things that I found most pleasing about the feedback that I've got from what is now nearly 26,000 people in our network.
that's impressive.
One of the comments that always sticks is that when we started doing these events about a year and a half ago, several people who find themselves working on their own a lot, and especially so during lockdown, said that being able to come to the events and seeing what's happening on the LinkedIn group reduced their sense of isolation. And I think anything that does that over the last few years is great. And so I'm really pleased that we've done that. But one of the other things that I get really excited about is when we hear that things have happened that wouldn't have happened had I not started doing this. And I can't take the credit. I wasn't clever setting this up. I was just first, and that's why it's got so big. But I want to hear about the success story with Jenny. So how did that start? What have you ended up doing? And I know I know you've just come off a call with her, which is lovely. And please send back my regards. Yes. So tell me the story of that.
Yes. So like I mentioned, I just graduated in December, and my visa allows me to stay in the US and gain practical experience. And this tricky situation is that organizations assume that I need a visa to work here. So it's been difficult for me to find job opportunities. So the best way for me that I figured would be through networking and actually talking to people and then finding about job opportunities. So I was putting more effort into networking. And I was also very interested in like working more on LinkedIn at the time, and still am. So LinkedIn kind of suggested, based on my interests and my profile, it suggested Arts and Culture Network. And I was like, yes, I'm interested in that. Let's see. And then by chance, I came across the post that was for the first ever networking event, speed networking event that I attended. Initially, I was just signing up thinking, okay, if I have the time, I'll go for it. But I ended up having the time and I actually made it to the event. Lo and behold, I meet a whole bunch of new people and who had amazing stories and amazing ideas and amazing people. And one of them turned out to be the one person who actually ended up hiring me. Her name is Jenny, and she works as she has a marketing agency here in the US in San Francisco Bay Area. And she was also looking to grow her agency, and I was looking for something where I can gain practical experience. And when I talked to her, we figured out we can actually help each other out, and the rest is history. So now we're working, and it's been about a month, and I'm learning a lot, and it's going great.
And the check's in the post. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really great. I love hearing those stories, and there are many more than I get to hear. I know. I mean, people have. I mean, for example, Nick Corsten. I don't think you've met him yet, but he builds rockets for children to inspire
Ooh,
their creativity. Okay, and he
nice.
tours the country with that. And he met Roger, who runs the Bureau of Silly Ideas,
Hmm.
which sounds fun, doesn't it? Look it up.
Yeah.
Silly Ideas. One of the things they do is they have in the UK. I don't know how if you have them in the US, but in the UK we have what we call wheelie bins. They're big bins that on wheels that sit outside your home, and that's what the refuse collectors come and get. And
Nice.
they've put motors in them, and they're remote controlled, and they drive these wheelie bins around city centers just for fun. That's the kind of silly idea. It was great. Anyway,
It's fun.
Nick and Roger, sponsored by IKEA and Tesco, two big outlets in the UK, are tomorrow they're building a 100-foot cardboard sea monster in a park in South London, and they're doing it together. It's a crazy thing. They're being funded, which is great, but they're working together as a direct result of having met at one of our events, which I thought was great. So
Yeah.
it's always,
And
yeah.
I'm really grateful for this network, and I'm really hoping to meet more people and expand my network. And I really am grateful that you started this network, really.
No, it's a pleasure to have you in the gang. Anjali, thank you so much for doing this quick little interview. I'm looking forward to we're having a longer chat, which is lovely. And I'm sure we'll see you at one of our future events.
Yes, I'm hoping to join at least my noontime events. The others are a bit early in the day for me. The noon events that is on BST, it's a bit early for me, but otherwise, all of them really want to attend.
Great. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yes. Thank you.